What's up, guys? Rick here with your tournament preview and first look for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Obviously, plenty of more content coming this week in the form of DFS and betting previews, but this is really our first opportunity to talk about Bay Hill, the field, the course, and everything that goes along with it. Bay Hill Club and Lodge has played host to this event every year since 1979 and has now been upgraded to invitational status, which we'll talk more about in just a minute. It's Tyrrell Hatton, who is your defending champion, winning last year with a one-shot victory over Mark Leishman. It should be no surprise that Tiger Woods has won this event on multiple occasions. In fact, 8 times in total. Matt Every is also a multiple-time winner in 2014 and 2015. A couple of Aussies in 2016 and 2017, Jason Day and Mark Leishman, rounded out by Rory McIlroy winning in 2018 and Francesco Molinari in 2019, right before Hatton was victorious last year. The field currently sits at 123 golfers because of that invitational status, so it's a much smaller field, but it usually does get some of the best players. In fact, we're seeing Tyrrell Hatton back to defend his crown. Bryson DeChambeau will tee it up. Patrick Reed, Rory McIlroy, even Jordan Spieth is back in action this week amongst others. This is one of the better fields, but this is a week that some are opting to take off. Dustin Johnson, for example, noticeably absent from this year's Arnold Palmer Invitational. And with so many big events this year, especially the 4 consecutive events in Florida, a lot of the top players are going to have to choose a week to take off because they're not going to want to play 4 consecutive weeks or 3 consecutive weeks. So this ended up being a natural spot for a few of the big name players to rest up and get ready for the Players' Championship in just a few weeks. The course itself is a par 72 that is listed at 7,454 yards, and it played as the most difficult course on the PGA Tour schedule last season. Think about that. And we only had one major championship, so we didn't get, the US Open numbers in technically what was last season. But Bay Hill played 2.1 strokes over par. Muirfield Village was second, and PGA National was third in terms of difficulty, so it should be no surprise that Tyrrell Hatton's winning score was 4 under. It's one of the lowest winning scores in quite some time, and there's a few reasons for that. This course can play firm, it can play fast. When the wind kicks up, you can be in a bit of trouble, and there are some interesting risk-reward holes, and one that I want to mine into is number 6, the par 5. This is the iconic hole on the course. It is the course that is already breeding conversation about whether Bryson DeChambeau is going to attempt to drive this green. I do not think he's going to be able to do that. You have to fly it something like, 370 yards because it's around the horseshoe, around the lake there. But I expect he will at least attempt it in practice rounds and, depending on favorable conditions, maybe take a crack at it during the course of tournament play. But this is a hole that many are going to try to cut as short as possible and take advantage of in a big way. Looking at the strokes gained data over the last 6 years, there are 7 total golfers who are gaining at least 2 strokes per round at Bay Hill. Of course, not all of them in the field for this week, but the list includes Sung Jae Im, number 1, 2.7 strokes gained per round at Bay Hill in his 8 career rounds. Rory McIlroy is second. He has a much larger sample size, 24 rounds. You'll see Tiger Woods make an appearance on the list. Of course, he's not going to be teeing it up this week. Keith Mitchell, Francesco Molinari, and more. You can go check out the full list at RickRunGood.com, but it shows you that there are certain types of golfers who find success here year over year because of the usual consistent conditions at Bay Hill. I hope you enjoyed a quick first look and preview for this week's Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill. There's, of course, plenty more content to come, so let me know what you think at RickRunGood on Twitter, or you can leave a comment below. Best of luck, and I'll talk to you guys soon.